Researchers say ERA's problems are coming after calculating Mayan calendar again October 7, 2019. Again, the Mayan calendar returns to the news, now with researchers saying that we will have serious problems in the near future. But is it really? Researchers say serious problems are coming after recalculating Mayan calendar. A Mayan elder shed light on the doomsday phenomenon image. Getty. The Mayans were a civilization known for their architecture, mathematics, and astronomical beliefs, with many of their impressive buildings still standing in the jungles of southeastern Mexico, Guatemala, Belize, and western parts of Honduras. In 2012, this ancient population caused panic after a calculation based on the end date of a 5,126-year cycle on the Mesoamerican long count calendar, which would lead December 21 to a cataclysmic event. However, Mayan elder Don Carlos Barrios stated during Amazon Prime's Decoding BQTUN series that this was not true. The Guatemalan anthropologist stated that the calendar does not mark the end of the world, but the beginning of a new era. Don Carlos Barrios has revealed his beliefs image. Amazon. He said in 2016, "We have what the Abula's grandparents saw thousands of years ago. The next cycle of 13 is a cycle related to the air element. This is a confirmation of these great cycles. In those times, from 2012 to 2016, there were complications, natural disasters, and from 2026, even worse if we cannot stabilize. Within 26 years, if humanity survives like now, there will be a special connection between all human beings." Mayan civilization dates back almost 4,000 years ago. Image, Getty. The series narrator went on to explain why the ancient Maya believe in the existence of ether, an inexplicable force in the universe. He said, "Ether gases have been studied since the earliest Greek astronomers as a universal binding agent, an abundant source of energy that forms throughout the universe. This network was confirmed by quantum physicists when they went to find the coldest places in the universe and detected energy at a temperature of absolute zero. At this temperature, matter should not vibrate and produce heat. This phenomenon became known as the zero-point field. This means that the particles cannot be isolated from each other, but what they found was that the molecules were not releasing, but exchanging each other in sub-zero space." The series went on to provide some evidence to prove the existence of this phenomena. The narrator further informed, in one dissertation, he or timescale and Mayan factor. Sergei Smelyakov and Yuri Karpenko linked this theory to the 26,000-year cycle known as the precession. This precession is measured as the time it takes for the Earth's axis of rotation to make a positionally complete passage to the 12 zodiac signs, the Mayan equivalent of Oxlocodon. Smelyakov and Karpenko split it according to phi, during the 5,200-year-old ton, which is a fifth of that cycle. In doing so, they found that these times were defined by the Maya according to the time they transition through these areas of energy, resulting in 12 periods of shorter and shorter duration. This can be historically divided to align with the development of stellar events such as new knowledge, the arrival of spiritual teachers, wars, political change, and climate disasters. Elizabeth Thiriot invests in Mayan understanding. Image, Amazon. Elizabeth Thiriot, who is a Mayan researcher, puts the findings in simple terms, claiming that we are now living in the final stages of the world if we do not act quickly. The dates are surprisingly close to Don Barrios' claims made earlier. She said 2013 is the date given at the end of the 13th BQTUN by Smelyakov and Karpenko. It is also the beginning of an increasingly short cycle of demographic and environmental changes that have affected our planet by 2015. These researchers agree with the Abulas that there are serious problems on the way now the 2015 events are over. Despite fears of predictions, others remain skeptical that any Mayan predictions were even about the end of the world. Archaeologist William Saturn said in 2012, "The ancient Maya predicted that the world would continue. In 7,000 years, things would be just as they are now. We kept looking for endings, and the Maya were looking for a guarantee that nothing would change." They are completely different mindsets.